Hey friends, I'm wondering if you have ever done a maze. Maybe you've done a maze at home. A lot of times at restaurants, kids' menus might have a maze on them. I actually have one right here. See this? So the thing about a maze is it has a start. See right here, it has start, and down here it has a finish. And in between, there are all these twists and turns and dead ends. A maze is meant to be confusing. It's meant to be tricky. It's something that has to be figured out. It's a puzzle that has to be solved. And then there is a labyrinth. So this is what a labyrinth looks like. The thing about a labyrinth is it looks a lot like a maze, but it's different because it has one way in and out, and it has a center. And as long as you stay on the path, it'll take you right to the center. And that same path will take you right back out. With a maze, you have to make a lot of choices. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go forward? Do I go back? I hit a dead end. Now what do I do? In a labyrinth, you only need to choose to stay on the path. And that path will take you where you need to go. In a maze, you can get lost. In a labyrinth, you cannot get lost. There are no wrong turns. So how do you do a labyrinth? It is very easy, my friends. You just start. You find the starting point and you step onto the path. And as long as you stay on that path, it will take you to the center. And that same path will take you right back out. So then I'm also wondering why you would want to do a labyrinth. And this is what I'll say. Labyrinths have been around for thousands and thousands of years, and they've been found all over the world in very different places that are so far apart. This group of people couldn't have gone over and taught this group of people about the labyrinth. So people were thinking up labyrinths all on their own. And I think the reason they were doing that is because they are a really cool form of spiritual practice. When you do a maze, you have to concentrate and figure it out. But when you do a labyrinth, you can relax. You can't get lost. There's nothing you have to figure out. You can relax and just stay on the path, and you can ask questions. You can ask God questions. You can ask spirit questions. You can pray. You can pray for yourself or for somebody else, and you can listen. You can get still and listen. And a lot of people have said they actually hear spirit talking to them when they're in the labyrinth. So again, because there's no way to get lost, you can just relax and listen and be still in that labyrinth. And I like the idea of the path in the labyrinth because I think that's a lot like spirit. In a labyrinth, you can trust that path will take you where you need to go. And I believe you can trust spirit will also take you where you need to go. I love that labyrinths have centers, and a lot of times we'll say jump to center, right? Meaning jump to that still quiet place inside of you where spirit lives. So the center of the labyrinth is a lot like that center inside of you. All right, so suppose you want to do a labyrinth. You have so many options. You can go online and print one just like this, right? It's called the Finger Labyrinth, and you can trace it with your finger. You can learn to build your own labyrinth. Some people build them out of rocks. Some people draw them with chalk on their driveway. Some people use yarn or string. I even saw one where they taped pieces of paper together to lay out their labyrinth, so you could build your own labyrinth. You can go online and learn to draw a labyrinth, even though they look really complicated. Turns out they're a lot simpler than you might think. So that's a cool thing to know how to draw your own labyrinth. There are virtual labyrinths that you can watch videos. And I found a fun one where you actually follow a butterfly through the labyrinth. So virtual labyrinths are an option. Or you can go online and search for one near you and actually walk the labyrinth yourself, which I think is one of the most fun ways that you can do a labyrinth. And if you happen to be near Lakewood, Colorado or Mile High Church, we actually have a labyrinth on our campus that is available to you all the time. So that's an option. Okay, labyrinths. And to go with our labyrinths, we have an affirmation. And our affirmation is, the way is clear. The way is clear. All right, friends. I hope you get a chance to try out a labyrinth soon, whether you print one out, watch a video, or go find one for yourself. I think you're going to really like it. Bye.